Hello and welcome. I'm Rahul and you're watching me on my Facebook page or my YouTube channel Aqua Talks. And if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I always come with new ideas and try to inform you of latest development because I strongly feel that if you'll keep yourself abreast with the latest development, you'll find yourself in a better position than that of others because there is a mad scramble in the world. Everybody wants to prove himself, and that is why if you'll find an edge over others, you'll be able to shine like a bright person. You'll have opportunities and you'll have better position than others. I don't want to inform you of these kind of things, but it is the reality. We have conditioned our world in certain ways, in monetary terms, and for living a better life, living a better livelihood, we have to compete with others. This is what we have made, our conditioned our world. This is what we want to do. So why not, if we have gone through this system, if we have inculcated the system in our nerves, in our mind, that we will live here in a better way, we want better experience of life, then why not compete with others? Make yourself an skilled one, make yourself someone who can be given some respect, who can have recognition in public, because until unless you don't make yourself an able person and a skilled one, nobody is going to talk about you, nobody is going to think of you. So for every opportunity you have to make yourself competent, and the same is true with the spiritual life. You have to align your wisdom, you have to align your perspective with the divine one. Divine frequencies, divine vibrations align itself with the positive one, with the good vibrations. That you have to understand. No one wants that there should be some events which could be bad, in their life. No one wants to attract bad things in their life. Everybody wants good things in their life. So does the divine frequency. Did you understand? It always wants to align itself with positive vibrations, with positive people, because it wants to do something good in the world. It wants to bring positivity in the world. It wants to bring happiness in the world. And that is what the purpose of God, or whatever you say, the universal wisdom. You have been given intellect. You have been given your mind. You have certain intelligence. You have to use that to pick up right frequency and right vibration. How to? You have to resonate yourself with positive patterns, having gratitude for good things in your life, having understanding that you will never ever indulge yourself in unnecessary controversies. Rather, you will try to help others whatever you can. I'm not telling you that you give your money to other people. You have earned it in a hard way. I wouldn't say that, but whatever you can do, you should try to do that. Having good purpose, intention. I will not say that narcissism is bad. It could be good if you are thinking of yourself that you want to be better than others. You want to talk about yourself. It could be better, but don't think of others negatively. Don't try to harm others. Always have positivity. Always have good intentions for others. And if you don't have willingness to help others, try to help your own self. Try to think of yourself that you can do better for yourself. If you will be becoming better, if you will be honing your skills, you will certainly attain better things in your life. You will certainly attain better things in your life. Next one, I want to tell you that in this life, many hurdles will come. You will be deprived for some time. You will be desolate. You will be despondent. You will feel angry. These are the negative feelings. What you should do? You observe that. Whenever you engulf in yourself in negativity, you observe that and let it pass. Let it pass. Because thoughts will always be coming. You cannot prevent that. The more you prevent it, it will always emerge. But don't try to entertain that. Let it come. Let it go. Don't try to anger prevail on you. Don't try to engulf yourself Don't try to give up in that kind of negative feelings. Try to harness that positivity. Try to keep yourself on back seat and observe that and let it go. Try to maintain intactness of your positive vibration, of your frequency, of your patterns of thinking. Because your intactness is important. Your understanding, your positivity, your intellect, your agility, your adeptness is important. And if you lose in feelings, if you give up, many a positivity, many a skill may go with that kind of feelings, with negativity. You won't even know that you have lost a lot of things in your life that you have harnessed over a period of time will be dissipating in front of your eyes. It happens. You have honed a skill, but because of overthinking, because of negative patterns, because of clinical depression, you lose everything. You won't be able to talk in a better way. You won't be able to think in a better way. You won't be able to comprehend other languages. You won't be able to comprehend complex problems. You won't be able to solve because your intuitive ability, your agility decreases because of negativity, because of the negative thinking patterns, because of the anger that you have given into that force. Don't try to give up. Don't try to let others win over you. Don't try to let others snatch your positivity, your creativity. Try to be intact. There are certain people who are going through difficult time in their life. I would say that clinical depression is something that you have to manage with medicine sometime. Because what happens, there is a flow of dopamine in your brain which increases, and the connection, neural connection between in your brain, the interaction of neurons, the exchange of information gets disturbed. In order to bring it in previous patterns, it is essential that you take medicines. If you are in clinical depression, I would not say you that you discard. It sometimes makes you numb. You feel that your agility, your speciality of your articulation, or your creativity has gone for some period of time. It may be, but it is important to preserve your brain first. Whatever big thing happens to you, first of all you try to preserve yourself. If you have deficiency of protein, if your health is not intact, I would not say you live non-veg. For bringing proteins, for having positivity in your brain, you need energy, and maybe you have to consume that kind of thing. I would not discard that. So according to time, you adapt certain things, and once the neural connection will restore itself, when the dopamine flow will be intact, you try to minimize your drugs over a period of time. And there is a big game here. Nobody understands. Even the prescription that you got from a very particular person, he will start playing with you. If you are not using your own brain, your own incisiveness. See, there is a war, the spiritual warfare going on. And that has been the concern, because that has been the greatest concern of your clinical depression, that you have to understand. And once you'll overcome all these challenges, when you'll have deep insight, you'll remember everything. You'll have intuitive ability. But what happens? You again get excited, and in case of excitedness, you lose. Excitement makes you paranoid. Sometimes you don't control your nerves, you give up. This is what happens, and it is not your fault. It is a fault of chemicals, dopamine. That is what you have to understand. That is what I'm telling you. You have to control it with certain prescriptions of drugs. It may be, but later on you have to control your own life. This is for a bigger purpose that you have to know. Spiritual warfare is real. And that is what I want to convey you. Once you will dive deeply into it, you will see the world from a different perspective. The world for others who are in sleep mode is different. But once you become active, it becomes a Red Sea. It becomes a Red Sea. You have to see Red Sea as Red Sea when you are alive, when you are vibrant, when you are lit up. There is no other way. After embracing all these things, if you want to keep yourself intact, you have to fight, you have to show your intelligence, you have to show your incisiveness. These are the key, you have to protect it. And every intelligence you have to bring it in order to protect yourself. What happens at a spiritual level, you have to know all these things. But first of all, your hardware should be intact. Thereafter, the software will run. Did you understand? We are a system. Our body is a system. And our consciousness is the software that has been installed on this hardware system. That is what you have to understand. And you have to bring better softwares. If you want to install better software in your brain, if you want to bring better skills in your life, hardware should be protected first. Do you understand? The world has been always challenging. Even if you want to make money, you have to toil hard. But once you get at a certain level, you see from a different perspective. Once you try to initiate and taking responsibility on your shoulder, you try to recognize the world, you try to play, you try to play a greater role in your life, and the lives get easier for you, more entertaining for you. This is what you have to recognize. Soldiers are made for that. Your soldier is made for that. You have to take care of burden. Burden will come. You'll be tested. And the more weight you will uplift, the better position you will get. And you have to navigate challenges. Once you will align yourself with the universal wisdom, with the God, with the godly forces, you will see that navigating challenges will become a little bit easier, but the responsibility will go higher, and you will learn how to play that very responsibility, how to play a bigger role, and how to be a conduit for positive energy into the world. You won't even know what kind of hypes others make. Literate person, intentionally, they will say that the world is going to end in 2012 and other things, all things you will remember. You will understand exactly what is going on. What is going on? Certain inputs from technological means, by the dimensional beings, other dimensional beings, playing roles. Huge thing is going on, and you'll be able to decipher. I don't want to reveal everything, because it is not rationally true to bring that kind of talks in between. But if you listen to me continuously for 6 months, you will decipher most of the things. I cannot say all the things in one video, because it is not intact, and rationally it could not be understood. It is not something which is discerning with rational reality with your eyes. Same thing is true. You cannot see ultraviolet rays with your eyes, but with certain instruments you can see that. You cannot see radio frequencies, but when you play radio, you listen to that sound. The upcoming frequency is being converted into sound wave, then you listen. You understand? Our spectrum is designed in certain ways, but we feel whatever we feel, we know that. And you'll be able to decipher much more things, but you have to awaken yourself. You have to know the reality. You have gone through a lot of pain previously. You were not